I'm gonna show you guys how to do this everyday Douyin style look for summer. And since we're in India, it's summer 365 days, so you can wear this whenever you want. Before you start your makeup, always be sure to prep your skin. Mine's an oily skin and I've already prepped my skin, so I'm gonna go ahead and start with my base. Let me just show you guys a picture of the makeup that I'll be doing today. So in this makeup, you can see that her brows are completely straight. When you're drawing your brows, be sure to draw a straight brow. Don't arch it over here. You need to tone that arch down and make it straight. So for this, what I do is that I shave my brows. But if you can't shave your brows, it's simple. You just need to fill in those arch and make it straight. For this, I'm going to be using my e.l.f. eyebrow pencil. I'm just drawing a very straight line, following the way my eyebrows go. And when I come to this end, I'm just gonna make extremely straight line. I'm not doing any arches. I'm just making a straight line, connecting this area and the end of my arch, and just doing this. I'm not gonna touch the front of my brows for now, so let me just move on to the other side and repeat the same procedure. Draw a straight line, connect the arches, like you just need to connect the arch and fill it in and make a straight line out. Like wherever your brow ends, you need to just make a straight line out and just draw a straight brow. The e.l.f. comes with a spoolie on the back side of the pen, so take it backside of the backside of the eyebrow pencil. So use it to smoothen the lines that you draw, so it doesn't look as harsh. Why am I so? So it doesn't look as harsh. It doesn't look harsh. You don't have to worry about messing the brow up or anything, because we're gonna go with the base after this, so we can correct the brows then. Not bad. So right now I'm going to take my contour palette. I'm going to take the darkest shade over here and fill the front area in so it doesn't look too harsh. You just have to gently fill that area in with the brown shade. Since I have an oily skin, I'm going to be using a primer, but even if you don't have an oily skin, be sure to use a primer, because sometimes the oils in your skin is going to react with the foundation and it might give you a grayish appearance, so be sure to use your primer whenever you can. Just taking a bit. I'm going to be applying the primer to my T-zone, wherever I usually get oiliness. You can see it's mattifying it instantly. You can see how the gloss disappears completely. You can see it already mattified my skin. This is the look that I want to go with. So I usually try to get as much as matte as possible, because I'll become dewy at the end of the day. Even if I use a matte skin finish, I'm gonna look dewy because of the oils that's gonna be coming out, so I usually go with a matte base. In the Douyin makeup, you can see she has a flawless skin, so I'm gonna achieve that on my skin using foundation. Today I'm gonna be using two foundation and mixing it together to get the shade. So for today's foundation, I'll be using the Flower Light Fusion with Max Factor's Face Finity Lasting Performance in the shade Mahogany. I mixed it really well and it's a close match to my skin tone. It just blends completely into my skin. I don't know how it will be if it oxidizes, but let's see. I'm just using small strokes with this flat brush and applying the foundation throughout my face. You can also use the spoon method, like to get that very thin layer of coverage, but I want to go with a thick layer of coverage because I don't want any of my blemishes to be seen on my face. So yeah. Always remember to go with less as possible. You can build it up as you go, but don't apply a lot like some beauty influencer and waste your makeup. Come on, we are all working on a budget here, so please don't waste your makeup. Just take little, like I have only a bit on my hand and just using that to cover my entire face. Also, when you're applying your foundation, if you have a lot of eye creases like me, please don't apply your foundation on your crease. You can apply it just below the crease and use this beauty sponge to bring it upwards, but don't apply a lot of product on your crease. The product is going to settle in your wrinkles and it's going to crease. How do I say it? It's going to set in your wrinkles and it's going to look weird like this. It's okay if you see a bit of brush strokes because we're going to go with our sponge real soon. So for the eyebrows, be sure to outline the eyebrows. And now I'm going to go with a beauty blender and blend this foundation much better. Tip is to use your setting spray on your beauty blender to make it wet and then going over your face so you set your foundation well. I did not apply any product to my eye creases. I'm just using my beauty blender to bring the product up. Just tap and move. Don't drag. Tap, 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 tap all over your face to blend it in. I know this is a tedious process, but this always works. So always be sure to tap, 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 tap on your face. And you can see the brush strokes are all gone now. I'm just using the remaining product on my beauty blender and just settling it on my eyes so I get a bit of product out there. I'm not going to apply an eye primer or a light eyeshadow because I don't want to highlight my eyes too much. I just want to make it naturally cute and pretty. For the concealer, I'm using my favorite as usual, the Swiss Beauty Warm Sand. Again, I'm not taking a lot, I'm just taking a teeny tiny bit onto my hand. I'm gonna use the same flat brush to correct certain areas of my face. So I'm using the flat brush. I just wanna cover this hollow part of my eyes a bit, just a tiny bit. And this area I want to lift my eyes a bit, so I just bring slightly over here. Also I have this crease over here, so I'm just applying a tiny bit over here. And for the lips too. By the end of this process, you're going to be looking pretty weird, but hey, makeup, art, everything is weird at the beginning. Trust the process, it'll all work out. Remember that this is a medium coverage concealer, so I'm not afraid of going overboard with this. So this is the total amount of concealer that I'm applying. I'm gonna let it sit just for a while.
A few moments later.
I am doing the same pat and press motion, not dragging it down, just taking it slightly upwards towards my aegis-sol or crease. I don't have an aegis-sol. When I smile, I get this face, but I don't actually have an aegis-sol. Just bring it slightly upwards to act as a base for those wrinkles and creases. Not too much product, just slightly. Usually people tend to have a lot of hyperpigmentations around their mouth area, so if you want to cover that, be sure to use concealer around your mouth. You can redraw your lips again or overline them. There you have it, a flawless looking base that actually matches your neck. Now I'm going to use a flat brush and my settings powder to set my face. I'm using Nykaa setting powder in this shade Honey. It's almost done. I also have 3 more boxes because this is my go-to setting powder that's actually closer to my skin tone. Again, you should never drag your setting powder. You just need to press it throughout your face. Don't forget the eyes. You don't want a tacky base. I hate a tacky base. I don't like working with tacky base, so I always mattify my eye before I work with the eyeshadows. If you like a tacky base, you can leave the eye and just move on. My secret to having that snatch base is to use a lighter compact that's like 1 to 2 shades lighter than your actual compact shade and go over your concealer areas, so it will just brighten up those areas. Let me just show you guys. Using the same flat brush, I'm just gonna press it over here. this eye is much brighter compared to this eye. This pretty much tones on while you apply your brush, so don't be scared to do this step. For the contour, I'm gonna be going with my favorite palette as usual. I'm gonna be taking the dark brown shade. You wanna look as baby as possible, so you don't want that snatched contour cheekbone. You just wanna tone down your face and make it look so egg yolk. You wanna make it look cute, egg yolk. What am I blabbering at the moment? So while I do this, I actually bring my contour slightly over here, so it gives me that natural contoured face. I define the shape and I bring it slightly upwards, so it has that natural contoured effect. I mean, it's gonna be looking natural as possible and not too weird. The nose contour, I'm going to take the lighter shade and just go along the shape of my nose right here. So that would be the nose contour. You don't want to go too harsh on your nose. You're going out, let's keep it minimal. So now we move on to the eye makeup. I zoomed in because you have no idea how my eyes look close up. So this is how my eyes are gonna look. You can see it's drooping downwards, so we're gonna bring that up a bit and do the eye makeup. I'm gonna be using my Focalio palette. I'm gonna be taking this shade and gonna apply this throughout my eye. Since it's a summery look, I'm just gonna use an orange-ish shade. This is gonna act as my base. If you have hooded eyes like mine, don't forget to bring the shade above your crease. And also keep it within your eye, don't drag it out. It has a little bit underneath too, so I'm just going to take lightly underneath right here, like wherever I want my egg salt to be. Be sure to use a smaller brush. I have a better control with my brush, so I'm using this brush, but be sure to use different brushes or smaller brushes to do this part. So I'm going to be using this dark brown shade over here, using the same brush. Again, please don't use the same brush. I have a better control of my big fluffy brush. Use a small fluffy brush and take a little amount of the product onto your brush. Just slightly place it over here. I'm just placing it over the end and bringing it up. You can see I'm bringing it up, I'm not bringing it down. I'm bringing it up to create an illusion that my eyes are lifted. See the difference? My eyes are lifted. Yeah. I'm just focusing the shade on the outer end of my eye. I'm not bringing it too much in. This just gives me a bit of shadow and makes it look like my eye is lifted up. Clever. And now I'm taking a tiny flat brush. I'm gonna draw an outline for my liner. This is gonna be the base shape of how I'm gonna follow my liner. Before I go with the liner, I'm gonna take this sunrise shade and apply it right in the middle of my eyelids. I'm just gonna take this much, just the middle. Don't go overboard, just over here. This instantly brightened my eye. If I look ahead, you can see that this eye is much more brighter and it looks like it has a lot of lid space, while this eye is like too small. The inner corner, I don't want to look too shiny when I go out, so I'm gonna take this white shade and gonna apply to my inner corner area, so it's gonna brighten up the area but it's not too shiny. So for the liner, I'm going to be using the Swiss Beauty liner. Also, I'm going to be shutting my mouth right now because liner is the most crucial part of my look, because I'm a liner girl and I don't want to miss my liner. Whenever I speak, I lose concentration, so we're going to do the liner, but I will give you the voiceover on how to draw the liner. I'm going to be starting the line from the outer end of my eye. I'm going to open my eyes and gonna draw the liner. I'm gonna start dragging the liner and making the wing right here. Be sure not to bring the liner above or over your hooded eye crease because that's gonna make it look weird. Another trick is to tightline your upper lid area with a kajal. Since I don't have a prominent aegyasal or an eye bag, I'm gonna do this one technique where I laugh, bring my cheeks up so I can see where the line is, and I'm just gonna draw the aegyasal right there. Draw the aegyasal again. I'm gonna use the same contour palette. That's like a 1 in 10 palette right now. So squint your eyes, get the aegyasal, and just dab in the contour right here in the middle. Don't go too much to the left and don't go too much to the right. Just dab in right in the middle. Just extend it a bit here. Now I'm gonna go fill my aegyasal right over here. Taking the tangerine shade and just gonna blend it out with this. This makes you look like you have a naturally fake aegyasal, not too dramatic. It's gonna be as natural as possible. To lighten up the aegyasal slightly, I'm gonna use the shade Camel. So she has beautiful lashes that's like very subtle and barely there, but it emphasizes her natural eyelid shape. So for that, I'm going to be using this. No matter what people say, I'm still going to apply the lashes with my hand. I am so in love. Let me just go do this eye and I'll be right back. For the blush, I'm going to use this same palette. I'm going to take this Rose Veil shade. When you see her blush, it is applied exactly to this portion of the face to make it look so innocent. So we're going to do that. And a bit of blush on the nose. I think I need a brighter aegyasal because my aegyasal doesn't look like an aegyasal from this distance. Taking the chalk shade, I'm going over here. So I'll be using the Zayn & Maiza Royal Maroon shade. I'm gonna follow the tutorial that I saw on TikTok. It was really cool and made my lips look big. This technique absolutely made my lips go from this to this. I really love this technique. So now I'm going to take the J Lux Beauty Glossy Lip Gloss. I'm just going to take slightly because I just want a bit of tint, not too much. I'm going to take the same flat brush and going to apply it on my lips. Let me go do my hair and I'll be right back. And this is the finished look, you guys. This is a really cute look that you can try on a regular basis and you look absolutely cute. I had to add the bag because this makes me look extra cute.
A few moments later.
Enough. So that's it for today, guys. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. If you did, don't forget to like, comment and subscribe to this channel. And until next time.